Hi, Evan.
Yeah, do it with Gio. Hey guys, Brad William Hickey here, regular guy show. My guest today is Evan Arthur Hall. Gio is working out technical stuff with him. Is it working?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, this is what always happens. Let me.
Says to call him.
Says call him?
Yeah.
What do you mean call him?
I'm gonna try and call him.
Oh, on this?
Yeah.
Okay, try it.
All right. Hey everyone.
It's cool. This is our most anticipated guest so far.
Oh, man, don't do that.
It's been Hopper and Dixon, and now you.
Hopper and Dixon. Okay,
Yeah. Okay, we got 17 viewers right now in anticipation of seeing you live. Kid,
I called.
Is it working?
I don't know. We have him on FaceTime just in case.
Yeah, we have him on FaceTime just in case. I just moved. Got all that stuff going on. But what should be now? We got 22 viewers. They are excited.
You just do the FaceTime thing if you want.
Okay.
That's this. Start by calling or messaging a friend below.
All right, fuck it. All right, so look, I'm going to show you like this, okay?
Okay.
You see you?
No, but that's fine. I see me in my own computer, in my own
Okay.
phone.
He can't see us?
No, but just we can
all
see
right,
him.
All right, it's all good then. All right, so, yeah, that's good. Stratman. He plays Stratman. All right, so let's just get to it. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You are the third and most anticipated guest on the show.
That's sweet of you.
Yeah. Tell me, when was the first time you and I met? We meet in a van, or when we were shooting, or what day? What were you doing that day?
When we were shooting, I think it was. Whoa, yeah, it was 2 years ago, and I think it was. Oh, it was during the. We're all in the conference room, and I think you're like telling us that we need to
sweep the phones.
Yeah.
And you say, I heard they put shit in their shit or something like that?
Yep.
All right. Tell me about the how you got the job and what was going on in your life when you got it and stuff like that.
I had been doing a bunch of different like guest star spots here and there across like the TV land that is New York. And I went in for this audition for Orange is the New Black, and it was a Army vet who was supposed to play like one of the guards, and his name was Blake.
Oh.
And I read that, and actually in the audition I saw Nick, who ended up getting the role.
Yeah.
Of Blake. And I saw him, and everybody else in the room was like chatting and like doing their thing, and Nick was the only dude that like sat down, put his headphones in, and just started working.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, I got some competition here. I guess something's gonna happen now. And he booked that.
Yeah, he whooped your ass.
But then they told a different guard.
Oh, like the same day they told you?
Not the same day. No, it was like a couple days later that they were like, all right. My manager called me and was like, all right, you booked it. And I was like, great. Who did I booked Blake? And she's like, no, you booked this guy Stratman. I was like, great. Who's that? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. So I didn't have the script. I mean, they only gave us the sides.
Yeah.
Days before starting to shoot anyway. So I was like, I think it was a month out before we started shooting, or something around that, like 3
really?
weeks. So I didn't have anything to do. I didn't know.
You didn't know how to prepare, yeah.
I knew that he was in the Army, so I went to I lived down the street from an Army Navy store, and I bought dog tags, and I got his name attached to the dog tags, on the dog tags, and that was the only character prep that I did. I did that, and then I wore those to set, and I wore those under my costume for the whole first season. The first season I was on, the fourth season. So that's how I booked it.
And then did they start sending you scripts, or did they just send you your scenes?
Just scenes.
Did I send you the script ever? I know I sent it to Humps once.
I because I remember having a conversation with you where I was like, yeah, I just get sides, and you were like, that's ridiculous. We have to change that. I think maybe you did give me my first, but then there was like a whole like they started doing it like halfway through the season or halfway through my shooting. They started just sending out the whole sides of the whole script. Because there was like one day where I had just shot, you know, my episode. We were supposed to turn over into the next episode the next day, and Lisa comes up to me, the showrunner, and is like, "Are you excited for your big scenes tomorrow?"
This was like, the first year?
Yeah, it's first year.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You didn't get the episode?" And I was like, "No, I only get it like I probably have it. I probably have the sides in my email right now, but I've been on set all day."
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna change that. So it was. I think it was a combination of. It was just like we need to get these people.
Yeah, man, because I have to fucking walk around, say my lines. I would call Gio and run my lines, but I would just walk around. The first year, when no one knew who I was, I would like be waiting at the subway, and I'd be like, I had this scene where I'm like, "Listen up, people. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this," and I would just do that at the subway. And people would look at me like, this guy's fucking crazy. Yeah, I did it all the time. Like I remember it was a scene where they were doing the digging the hole to build another building or something, and I had them all working. I did that scene 20 times to subway people. Oh, he's paused.
You there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, cool. Sorry, lost you for a second.
Oh yeah, it says poor connection. Never had this happen.
It'll come back.
This is a new thing. So yeah, I need that shit a long way out. So I think like we did a scene or something, and then we were talking in the van or something, and I was like, this fucking kid's serious. He's into it, and I was always impressed by you.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, dude, working with you was such a joy, dude. Like seriously, I remember watching you work, and I think it was one of the days that it was with Caputo. I think it was with Caputo. Yeah, and it was like you showed me that the best way, of course, like open and like and giving to your partner and all of that stuff. But when it's time to turn around, I mean, you did what you wanted for yourself. And I remember watching you do that and thinking, I've never seen anybody do this, and it works. And I want to try and start doing that for myself. Because for me, it was always like I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. I was always afraid of messing up, I guess, or like.
Yeah, but you know what? I've been like that. I used to be like that too, like in auditions, and be like, oh, I can't do that because they won't like that. How do you fucking know that? You know what I mean? It's like these rules we put in our own heads.
Right, and also like the work is better when you're having fun. When you're doing when you're having fun and you're doing what you think works, what you feel like works.
Yeah.
There's a story you told me once, Brad, about acting and auditioning where you went in and the casting director asked if she had any questions, or you were going to do it a certain way, a certain cookie cutter way is the way you described it. And they hadn't found anybody, but she wanted you to do it the cookie
yeah, she gave me
way.
all the direction before I did the scene or something.
And you said something to her like, well, everybody did it this way and nobody got the job, so why don't I try my own thing? Which I thought was like a great piece of acting advice.
I always say when they like, do you have any questions? I'm like, nah, let me do my thing. And if I'm, if you have something to tell me afterwards, I'm open to it.
I really think that's the model of self-success. A feeling, when I do that in an audition or when I do that on the day, I always walk out of there feeling good. I feel good.
Yeah.
Like
I think you're talking about that scene with Caputo where the director from Mad Men was the director. Yeah. Yeah. Jacking off MCC. And I was like, remember when I was like, give me that line again. Say that line again. And he was like, I'm like, fuck it. I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Watching the scene, I was like, it worked. That totally worked. That's it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Remember when I was like, to Nick, like, don't you fucking break. Don't you fucking break. That was a fun day, man.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was a good day.
And I go, he cut us. He's like, you know, move to that mark. He's yelling, move to that mark, move to that mark. And I'm like, you fucking tell me what to do. You think you're fucking better than me? And the director goes, are you talking to me?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't really know how to.
He didn't know. We had so much fun that day because all of us were there. And that one day that you like the one day when you were like, I heard they put shit in their shit. That day was really fun.
Yeah.
I love the scene we did in the cafeteria when you came up to talk to me.
Yeah.
And I gave you like the little like, it's okay, man.
Yeah. Well, it was a little more sensual than it's okay, man.
Yeah.
Get off me.
And tell me what, I mean, that wasn't in the script. What did you think then?
No, I did an interview and I was telling them about that, about how like you at one of the takes, I think you came up to me at one point while we were shooting that scene and you were like, I have a great idea. And I was like, are you going to tell me it? And you were like, no. we shot and you just firmly, such a firm hand, just grabbed my ass.
I think I slapped it and gave it a little grab.
And I just was like, all right, that was a great moment. that was real.
You know, I think that shit's so good because even if it doesn't make it in the cut, like, you know, I did it and I know I did it and it's like in the air.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's in the air.
It's in the air.
Well, you got a lot of people chiming in with questions.
How many people? We have 30 live viewers. That's a record. All right.
A lot of people want to know about the strip scene and what that was like.
Of course they do. Okay.
All right. What do they want to know?
What was it like to film it? What was the hardest part about it? How'd you feel about it?
And here's my question too: is was that scripted?
Aaron, or maybe it was the writer. Somebody pulled me aside just before the episode came out, being like, "Hey, so we got something for you. We hope you're going to be okay with it." And I was like, "What is it?" And they're like, "Well, we want you to do a dance." And I was like, "All right." I knew immediately where that was going. I was like, "All right, okay, all right." And then when I got the script, it was just like he takes his clothes off. That was like the basic like line direction.
Really?
Yeah, he strips down. I mean, there was no real like
breakdown of like he does this, he does this, he does this.
It was pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah. So they asked me like, "What do you need? Do you think you can choreograph this yourself?" And I was like, "No."
Oh, really?
Can I get a choreographer? And they're like, "Absolutely, not a problem." I mean, they were amazing with all the, all my asks, all my demands, or whatnot.
Yeah. Your, what is that called? Your writer. Yeah.
My writer. Yeah.
Were you ever up in the fucking side note? Were you ever up on the third floor dressing room? What are those called? Pods.
Yeah, with the wicker chairs.
Yeah. Like it's literally a box with like drywall, like as big as me, that you're supposed to sit in. And they put me in that. I'm like, I'm too old and too big for this shit. So what I did is I just took all my shit downstairs and found a room and put my shit down and laid on the floor. And then they tried to move the extras in there, but I was in there sleeping, snoring on the floor. And so then they never put me in a pod again.
Like, let's not wake the sleeping giant.
Exactly. So, and it was so fucking hot up there, I'd be sweating. I'm like, I can't do this shit.
You gotta practice dance moves in that place.
What's that?
I would be like doing like stretches shit in that beehive of a play. Like,
yeah. So go on. So what happened then?
But yeah, so they got me this choreographer, Michael Arnold, who was just like a dream to work with. This dude like has worked on Broadway. He's worked He actually choreographed Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Tell me some stories about that. But anyway, so he was amazing, and we started working together, and he kind of came in with some choreography, and so we started messing around, and it was going well. And then a couple days into, like, you know, working it out, he kind of turns to me and goes like, do you know how to dance? And he, I guess, hadn't known, but like, I did hip hop for 5 years. I did jazz. I did ballet. I studied musical theater in college. Like, so I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, all right. Can you do like an improv for me? And I was like, all right. So I put on some, I think I put on Jamiroquai.
Where he's walking on the escalator?
What?
The video where he's walking on the escalator. What's that? How's that song go? How's the song go?
I think it's called Can't Heat.
Okay.
Can't Heat. I can't remember.
Okay. Anyway, it's great that you had Jamiroquai in your phone or whatever.
Yeah. So I started bopping around, and then he was like, "Okay, so we gotta throw out all the choreography and like do some more stuff because you can handle a lot more than I thought." And I was like, "Oh, great." So like a week to go, we like threw out the choreography that we had started, and we started from scratch again. And then I think it was a couple days before the day we shot, and I got an email from Genji, and she was like, well, I was her assistant. And her assistant was like,
yeah, don't even try it.
Yeah.
I got a text from Genji.
His assistant.
Yeah.
Asking me, you know, just Genji feels like, was wondering if you would feel comfortable stripping down to a sock. Because that originally, I think it was underwear.
Hey, one time I did a sex scene on this Showtime show I had, going to California. Did this sex scene in a sock. And
which one?
What show? It was called Going to California. It was on in like 2001. You were probably in junior high. And we're supposed to be having sex, and she's this Christian girl, and then she's like, I guess it would be okay if you fucked me in the ass. But like, we were literally, I was young, you know, we were literally like making out, like we were just like into it for like 3 hours. That sock was like up here.
Wasn't tied down or nothing.
Nah, man, nah. I mean, we'll get to it, but my favorite part, I mean, I love the whole dance, but my favorite part is when you threw the sock over your shoulder.
Yeah, I like that.
Was that all you? Yes. All right. So Genji's assistant texted you and said,
it was like, how do you feel about doing this? And honestly, at that point, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, why not go all the way? I mean, take it already. Why not just throw it all out? And that's when I got the idea to even take the sock off and throw that off. I was like, well, why not go all the way? I mean, like, what's the big deal here? Yeah.
Because, like, you know, Humps went with like a stand-in cock, and I didn't like that stand-in cock. It was like a V-shaped cock. I would have just pumped it up a little bit, you know, like that, and used my own cock. But anyway.
I get you. Well, you're a tourist, man. You're a true
Exactly. All right. So she said that, and at that point, did you know who was directing the episode?
That was Nick.
Oh, shut up. So Nick was like, probably just like, let's see what you're going to do. He's going to, right?
Like, we had, I think it was a day before shooting, and we had rehearsal for the writer, Nick, and I think Aaron was there. I think Aaron was the showrunner that day. It was like a bunch of people, and they were like, all right, let's see what you got. And I did it. And Nick was on the floor laughing.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the floor, rolling around, being like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
So I was, and he was amazing, man. He was like, "That's it." He's like, "I don't need to." He's like, "That's it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it again until we shoot." That's it.
Oh.
And we felt really good about that. I felt really good about that.
And how many times did you do the dance when you shot?
I mean, that's real sweat. I'm sweating like this. What you're seeing, the sheen on me, is not. I'm not like getting, you know, spritzed off camera.
Yeah.
I'm really dancing. I think we did what, like 4 takes for each cut, each camera angle.
So you were doing it for hours.
Yeah, I'm dancing for a couple hours.
Yeah. Man. And were the other actors that were watching, were they into it?
I think so.
I mean, like, did you feel there? Like, did you feel them as your audience and stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Like your scene partner, you know what I mean?
Oh, well, yeah.
But I mean, the person you were dancing for, but did you feel everyone like as your scene partner, you know?
Yeah, it was, I mean, yeah, it was intense actually, because the reception, like, I mean, you got like girls in the back with their like shirts off.
Oh,
like, you know,
and they always make the extras take their tops off.
Right. But they're like screaming at me. They're like, like, oh wow. So I mean, I felt good.
Yeah.
It was a real response. And I certainly had real responses during during those takes.
That's someone that said they love your body hair.
Hey, thank you. I actually, it's kind of weird. I don't know, but it's like I was actually really conflicted about that. I don't know why, but like you see these films and television, and I feel like all these guys, like the hot guys, or whatever, they're all they're smooth as babies. Like you're seeing like every contour of the muscles peeking through, and there's not like an inch of hair. And I'm like, I was like, I don't know, should I do that? Is that like?
I mean, did you scape it down, or did you just? Was that how long it is, or?
No, that's me. That's me. 100%. That's my hair. That is what I look like when I take my shirt. Like right now, that's what I would look like.
Okay.
And
I got like.
I gotta own this. Like, I'm tired of seeing the waxed chest and the smooth. These are not like.
Yeah, people like that, you know.
Yeah, and it's also like that's not what like let's show the reality. Like the reality is everybody's body's different.
Yeah.
And
and it looked good. They loved it. Oh, Gio. Sorry, my TV turned on. What was besides that, what was your favorite scene or moment that you were involved in this year or either year?
Well, in this year, it had to be the brown note. The brown note, we had this improv, there's this moment where I'm like, I'm trying to hold in a shit.
Yeah. And you're sweating then too.
Yeah, that was real too. I was losing my shit.
Where were you shooting at the stage?
Bubble.
Huh?
Oh yeah, it was in the bubble in the stages.
At the stages. Okay.
And we're all trapped in there. It's hot. It's like, it's a real bubble. Like you're in a bubble.
Yeah.
And so I'm sweating and I'm groaning and I'm crying and I'm doing all this stuff. And Matt Luchek has this moment where he tries to do the brown note to me. He goes like,
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. But during one of the takes, somehow everybody got on board, and like he started doing it, and then the whole room started doing it. Like all the guards start going to me, and I like had this real reaction where I just burst into tears and hid under the table behind me and just started like rocking and singing myself. And I loved it. I don't know why, but I loved it.
See, that's so awesome. And that's the kind of thing you're talking about is like, I think, for me, I'm like, when I was going to do this show, I had to fly myself there and put myself up, and my agent and manager didn't even want me to do the show. Yeah, and so I'm like, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I'm paying to do this show, basically. Like the first year, I like broke even. So, you know what I mean? And that I think was, even at my age and stage, it's like that was a freeing moment because I'm like, I'm at least, I will take direction, but I'm going to do whatever I want to do. Do something in a take, I'm just going to fucking react to it. I'm not going to like, we didn't do that last time, or no one wants me to do it, or wait, you're paused for a second. Can I still hear him?
Should be able to still.
Can you still talk? No.
Reconnecting.
Hold on one second.
There you go.
No, because you were weren't you flying back and forth? Like you were
The first year I was flying back and forth. The second year I was doing Sneaky Pete at the same time. So they flew me back and forth, and they put me up at the Gramercy. So thank you, Sneaky Pete. Thank you for financing my orange habit. Is he frozen?
Yeah. It was weird, actually. It was weird seeing you without the beard. I'm not gonna lie. It was very.
I like the beard.
It was like you're so handsome. Got this I didn't even see the chiseled jawline that you had underneath that beard though. That beard was hiding, but it was very who's that man? Oh wow, Brad.
Oh, I know. People walked right by me who I saw every day, and they didn't know it was me. I'm like, what other 6'4" fucking giants are on this stage? But yeah, that was a really I liked that scene, and I liked when you did so much shit this year. Like you had they really wrote for you well, didn't you think?
I'm thankful for all of it, man. I love working. I love working. So the more stuff you throw at me, the happier I am. The more obstacles you throw at me, the happier I am.
Yeah, me too. Like I might go do this movie in Buffalo, and I told my manager, if it's not going to conflict with me getting another job or a better job or whatever, I want to fucking work. I don't want to be here for 2 weeks and say I could have been acting the last 2 weeks. I want to work as many jobs as possible. Like when I was doing last year, I was doing Orange, Sneaky Pete, and then I started doing Bright, the movie, and that was like the best fall of my life.
Yeah, of course, because dude, you work so hard to get to that place. It's like I'm not gonna complain about work. This is what I've been working for.
Yeah. One day I went from one of them at 4 in the morning, probably ours, 4 in the morning, and then I went to Sneaky Pete at 5 until 4 in the morning. That was the only day it worked like that.
I'm actually interested by do you got to keep a lot of roles in your head, and I've never had to do that. It must be very it's a workout, I would think.
You can do it. Yeah, it's just like cross training. You know what I mean? Like me, I never want to have 2 auditions in the same fucking day. I always, no, why can't I haven't done shit for 2 weeks. Why do they have to be on the same day? You know what I mean?
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
But, once you're doing them for Orange the second year, I knew who the fuck I was, So if it would have been both of them the first year, it might have been harder.
That's true. I guess that's kind of like theater in the same way, where if you're in the middle of a run of a show, it's it's like in your sleep you could do it. It's like riding a bicycle. You've been doing it for so long, or you've been playing this one role or this person for so long that you can just turn it on if you need to. That was a terrible snap.
Well, yeah. I felt like with Orange, I think with good writing and good characters, the second year I'd be like, I bet I say this, and I turn the page and I would. You know what I mean? You kind of know what you're gonna say.
Yeah, I do get that totally.
Well, do you know if you're going back to Orange this year? Next year?
I don't think I can say.
Oh,
yet.
Okay.
I honestly don't think I can say. I to be totally honest, I don't know.
I mean, tell close to it, but yeah. I hope you do. You do. And are you doing anything else right now?
Yeah, I'm working on a episode of Jessica Jones. So that's fun. I'm working on Jessica Jones.
You're shooting it right now?
Yeah, we're in the middle of shooting. I shot I shot Monday. Yesterday was my birthday, actually.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. So I spent the day at the beach. It was perfect, man. I had the day before I was on set where I want to be, and the next day for my birthday I was on the beach where I also want to be. So I can't.
That's cool.
Now you do a surf movie and you'll have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I'm so anti-birthday. I hate getting gifts. I'm like a weirdo. And it makes me feel pressure or something. I don't know.
I get that. That's why I do everything for myself. I was like, I'm going to the beach. Anybody who wants to come, you can follow. But I'm on my motorcycle and I'm at the beach from this time to this time. Whoever wants to show up, shows up.
Yeah. I'm just I'm not telling anyone it's my birthday, and I hope no one says happy birthday.
You like it? lock yourself in your room.
And think about how I've wasted my life. No. All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I think you're the most talented actor and also such a hard worker and so fun to work with. I just remember when I touched your shoulder and you just gave me like the very slightest like that. I mean, I'm like, this fucking kid's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, man, I love working with you, dude. I hope to be able to do it again soon because it was such a ball.
Yeah,
such a ball.
Me too. All right, buddy. Everyone loves you. You're just keep fucking doing what you're doing.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All
right.
Bye. I hope that worked because you froze a lot.
No, we're fine. I'm watching it right here.
Oh.
See, we're watching it. That's like back in the past. That's like 5 seconds.
Okay. This is frozen. Oh, I ran out of juice. I ran out of juice right there. All right. That was a great show. Great fucking actor. You weren't involved that much.
I just said it was hard for me. I just sat back and watched it again.
Yeah.
Do my thing.
Yeah. Well, you made it all happen.
Yeah, yeah. My technical skills of you FaceTime and
we've never had 25 live viewers. People, when you watch this tape, please subscribe so I can get 10,000 viewers so I can do it on my phone, right?
That's right.
All right. We're going to be doing another show maybe very soon. I will tell you on what they call it, Instagram. All right. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, you didn't even sing the song this time.
Oh.
No.